Hi everybody, welcome back to my Ohio Zone 6B garden. I have something exciting today. This is going to be part 2 of the video that we were doing planting behind the greenhouse. So I want to start off by thanking my mom and her friend Glenda. My mom was over at her friend's cleaning a bunch of the beds and dividing stuff, and she brought me a load of stuff to go behind the greenhouse. They're going to be redoing a bunch over there, putting in some like a hydrangea hedge, and some of these ferns and hostas are just they're too big and then they're in the way. So they gave them to me. So I want to say a quick thank you to both of those. And then also they got me some compost. I can't turn down compost. So let me just show you what they brought me real quick. There are quite a few hostas and a bunch of ferns, which I'm really excited about. Obviously, you know, it's late summer. The tips are burnt, but that doesn't really make a difference. They'll come back beautiful next year. So I'm excited. Let's go get these things planted. We're back to where we were the other day. I need to start out by giving everything a really good drink of water. My mom did water them a little bit before she left, but obviously you don't want your car being drenched by dirty, wet plants. So I need to do that, and then I'm gonna place them, find nice spots for everything, and hopefully it will make an impact more than just this little section did the other day. here's my plan. So I kind of want to continue this swoop around the seating area, and then I'm going to start by putting some stuff over here to create like a path down the middle. I don't obviously have enough to do everything I need to do, but I have way more divisions that I can do this fall or now. And then the other thing that I'm doing is using most of the ferns to continue this little line back here behind the greenhouse. So I'm hoping there's like a, like a little opening to come from the potting area to the seating area, and I think that is going to work out nicely. So hopefully I can dig in each of the spots that I place these, to be determined, but I'm going to use some of that compost that my mom brought over and amend the soil heavily where I'm planting those, each plant. It's a good thing I like being out in the garden because I feel like every job turns into something bigger than what I originally anticipated. I mean, I guess that's life. Um, but I was trying to dig holes back there, and it was taking me like 10 plus minutes to dig a couple holes, and I got it done. It took way longer. I keep soap in my greenhouse because, like I've said before, I don't like to garden with gloves on. I mean, I will in certain instances, like if I'm grossed out by something, or if I'm dealing with something that's poisonous, uh, if I'm dealing with like roses or something like that. But for the most part, I like to, I don't know. I guess I just feel like if I have gloves on, they're like in the way. I can't, like, I lose dexterity or my precision, I guess. But in a second, I'll show you what I did, and hopefully it starts to, you can start to see like the idea that I have for it. I think you'll be able to, but you might not. It might just be like some concoction or something I have in my head, and no one else can really see what I'm talking about. So let's go look. I'm hoping at this point you'll be able to start seeing what I'm trying to do. That's a hope. I think I need to do a lot more back there for it to look really like clear. But let's go look at it real quick. So if we're on the left side of the greenhouse and we're coming up the walkway, I want to create like a little winding path around that tree right there that goes around and kind of loops around. A lot of this will be filled in, and then I'm planning on mulching, or maybe graveling this whole area and then mulching the beds. I think there were 18 plants that she brought to me. Some of them you won't be able to see because there wasn't any foliage, like this fern right here. You can see the base of it, but there's no growth, or there's no foliar growth right now. But there will be. This one is kind of cool. It's like a fern and a hosta mixed together, but it's like very intertwined, and I didn't want to undo it. So I think it'll look really, really interesting just like that. So I got all the way to the corner of the tree, and then on this side I kind of planted up on this little bank right here, and I am going to like cover all of that grassy stuff. It'll just be mulched and planted up hopefully. But there's like one distinct row right here, and then I went behind and planted with some other things. The hostas look better than the ferns, but that's to be expected because the ferns they don't transport very well. And then directly behind the greenhouse is where I put the other ferns. So there's 1, 2, those were from the other day, 3, and then 4, and then 5. But the 5th one is the same as the other one, where you can't see any foliar growth because it's just like a little bud down at the bottom, but there's a lot of new growth shoots that were coming out of it. This one was the biggest one. I'm hoping next year it has like a better shape because it's a little sprawled out. And then I left a little tiny path kind of situation to get through. So, as always, I underestimated the job before me. Um, I'm wore out. I'm pretty wore out. It was the in my head I was like, "Oh, these are all shallow rooted plants. I'll pretty much just be able to scrape the ground and put the plant in place." But there were a lot of roots. None of them were like very big. They were all just little roots that I had to cut out with either my Felcos or I did have to get these big pruner. I can't remember what they're called. In my head, it's cloppers, but I don't think that's the word for it. Loppers. That's it. Cloppers is like a horse. Um, but so I had to use that once or twice maybe, but it turned out really well, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you're not bored because I was just probably just speeding through planting this stuff, but I think I didn't want to plant this stuff without you guys seeing it because I am going to probably do a lot back here and I want you with me every step of the way. I hope you enjoyed it. I, as always, had a lovely time in the garden, even if I feel tired afterwards. It's like a workout, and that's why I don't go to the gym. That's not the only reason I don't go to the gym. I just don't like the gym. But that's neither here nor there. I guess I'll see you guys next time, and keep learning and keep growing.